Hello and welcome back to the Daytona International Speedway, where it's time finally for the top 5 shootout. Under an hour ago we had qualifying, which settled positions 20 to 6 on the grid, but now it's time for the top 5 from that session to go out in order from 5th to 1st to decide who will start in the top 5 and in what position. It's Liam Lawson who's finished qualifying in 5th place, who will be going first out, and then it will be Oscar Piastri, Lewis Hamilton, Lando Norris, and finally your fastest driver in qualifying, Pierre Gasly. It's the first time I think that since the introduction of sprint races that it won't be whoever finishes qualifying on pole who will be starting the actual race on pole. Of course, since the introduction of sprint races in 2021 and 2022, it was whoever won the sprint started on pole. But of course this year they added the sprint shootout, so actually qualifying was for the race, not the sprint, which is a bit stupid, to be honest. Like, what's the point of the sprint, if you get me? Like, I think the MotoGP concept's quite good, but you don't need a sprint shootout. You just have the sprint at its own event, like have qualifying for both races. That would be the best way to do it. But anyway, enough of that. Let's see how Liam Lawson does on his only qualifying lap. It's one lap that they get, and let's go on board with him as he crosses the line to start his first flying lap, or his only, sorry, as I said again, flying lap. Goes through turn 1, a little bit wide, doesn't really kiss the apex that much. He goes through the S's of turn 2, through the international horseshoe of turn 3. Let's see, he can roll the curb, doesn't really get as much apex as he wants to there. You can run wide in the exit of that corner. Track limits is not the white line there. As they go through the dog leg of turn 4, through turn 5, the west horseshoe. And he goes back towards the In-N-Out section, and not unfortunately sponsored by In-N-Out Burger, but it goes through the out part of the In-N-Out and towards turn 1 of the banking. It's reaching 190 miles an hour. I think they don't quite reach 200 before they get to the bus stop chicane. Let's see how Liam Lawson tackles it. Goes through there. Oh, he cuts the corner there, and he's going to spin the car around and hit the wall. Liam Lawson's hit the wall. A mistake through the bus stop, and that will ruin his qualifying lap and any chance of him getting on pole. And it's going to be 5th place for the man who's finished qualifying in 5th place. And looks like this top 5 shootout will be starting, deciding positions 4th to 1st, not 5th to 1st. And unfortunately, it looks like Liam Lawson is out of this top 10 shootout before we even get. Oh, he has already got going, but you know what I mean. Being told they've held Oscar Piastri at the start of just before they go onto the oval, just so they can make sure that front wing has been cleared. Let's get some replays of that crash then from Liam Lawson. And it's a bit too much speed, gets on the curb, loses it, and then into the wall. Front wing goes, and I'm assuming there's more damage with suspension as well, because that was a big hit into the safer barrier. Is it even safer barrier? I don't know, I don't think it is. Goes through the chicane. Yeah, there's too much speed, gets on the curb, loses it. And it's not even safer barrier, I don't think, so that could be a hard hit into the wall. And I think he'll feel that come tomorrow. Any other angle we can get? I mean, this could be an alright angle. If you look at the top right of your screen. No, just missed the impact. Anywhere else where we can see that? There you go, you could see it from here actually. You can see the track. If you look at my cursor, here he is. Keep an eye just where that Ferris wheelers, and yeah, just gets onto the curb, into the wall, hard. So, I'm told Piastri has just been allowed to get back going, and he's currently going through turn 2. And we are back onto live cameras now. This isn't the replay of Lawson. We should be seeing Piastri any second now, coming onto the shot. Here he is now, going towards the bus stop, and cleanly takes the bus stop, unlike Lawson on his lap. And we can now see how Piastri does. Finished 4th in qualifying, and now has a chance to up that 4th. He was the one who won at the only other road course we've been. Actually, no, that's not true. We've been to a few road courses this season. He won at the main road course though, at Lausitzring. The only one that really has any banked corners to it. Of course, the final corner kind of is banked. It's part of the oval. Yeah, we went to Homestead, Miami. Oh, it cuts the corner a bit there. That could be looked at for track limits. But yeah, that was a bit dodgy from Piastri, but you never know. He goes through the West Horseshoe now. Trying to finish what I was saying. Actually, I've had a few road course races this season, starting with Miami Grand Prix. A bit wide there as well. Not ideal for Piastri. If they go driver's eye through the banking, the night sky lit up. It's 10 PM local time here. It's the latest we've had any action of all season. I think it's this first night race. No, Argentinian Grand Prix was quite late actually. That was a night race. It was laid with weather and all that. He goes through ranking now. Oh, he's looked very dodgy with track limits this lap. Been told it's actually been on limit. He's been fine, so just very good with how he's done. But if we go back off board, out of driver's eye, to see Piastri cross the line, he's going to go fastest because he's actually set the lap, and he does go fastest, does Piastri, and it's a good lap indeed. So 1:23.452. So yeah, and I don't know where he's going. I think he's been told to go somewhere. And where is he going? Hamilton's currently going through the bus stop chicane, by the way. So he is quite a bit later on in the lap. I'm not sure where Piastri's been instructed to go. And they kind of want to get rid of Piastri before he gets in the way of Hamilton, to be honest. And there we go, he's going down there. And we've just caught Lewis Hamilton just in time for him to start his lap as he goes through the tri-oval. Hopefully he's actually able to know where he's meant to be going. Can he beat his Oscar Piastri's lap though? If he goes through the tri-oval, bit of they like cutting that corner, do they? If he goes through the International Horseshoe towards the West Horseshoe, you've got to get the dog leg done first though. And he's able to do that pretty well. There's 2 more corners to go of the road course, and then it's just oval and bus stop. Of course, I've said this already. The bus stop chicane not as good as the not as slow as the Spa bus stop. Doesn't really do much, to be honest. It's mainly to slow down GT cars because they don't have much speed. Well, they do have the speed. They've got to brake more. They have to take it a bit slower. But it's not really an open wall chicane. That's what I'm trying to get here. But anyway, we've already seen Lawson crash at this chicane on the exit. And let's see how Hamilton does. Ooh, goodness. No. Very wobbly going through that banking is Hamilton. Still very wobbly, Hamilton. Goodness me. Need to keep that car a bit more careful. It's going to be a 1:24.002 for Hamilton. Puts him second. And Lando Norris navigating the bus stop chicane now. on his out lap. Let's see how he can do. Let's see. He's only flying lap now, going towards the tri-oval. Go driver's eye as he starts his lap. And then we had it there. And again. There we go. And, oh, very deep there. Fernando Norris, as he only spins it around as well. Full 360 degrees for Lando. And that's going to ruin any chance he has on getting P1. As long as he can keep it in a straight line though, and potentially Gasly having issues, he still could get a highest P3. So you never know. Just keep going, Lando, because you're still guaranteed a top 4 even if you stay out. But if you stop now, you're gonna get P5. So you're guaranteed P4 anyway. You might as well keep going. And as he goes towards the out section of the in and out, and onto the banking. Get a replay in a second of what happened to Lando Norris. And he goes through the bus stop chicane and onto the banking for the final time in a non-race condition for Lando Norris. That's all good. It's going to be a good lap, bar the spin. He goes over the tri-oval. It's going to be a 1:26.982. So it's going to be third at the moment, but still with Gasly to set a lap. Anything can happen here in Daytona. And one more lap. Now it's going to be Pierre Gasly to set it. Let's see how he can do. The Frenchman, whose last pole was at the Austrian. No, it wasn't even Austrian Grand Prix. It was, I believe, the Australian Grand Prix, which ended up winning. So you never know. He does have a chance. He goes through turn 1. A little bit wide, does Gasly. Of course, the man who was fastest in qualifying earlier on, just over an hour ago. Let's go on board as he goes through the dog leg. And then through the West Horseshoe. Very tight line there. I don't know if he's trying to do anything different, potentially. But now through the out section of the in and out. Normally sections of track are right next to each other, but this one's like a big gap away from each other. Anyway, Gasly now going through the banking to finish the final lap of this session. Just got the bus stop, the final bit of banking, and then the tri-oval to go. And then we all know who is on pole for the inaugural 305 race, the Daytona 305, and it's a dodgy bus stop. It's really not that good at all. Of course, we're at Sebring next year for a Saturday night race in the 12th round of the season. Gasly now is going to cross the line. Let's see how he will do. It's going to be a 1:23.921, which means Oscar Piastri will be on pole for the first time, I believe, this season and in his career. Gasly is also not going to where he's meant to be going. I think he's just being told on the radio that he's going the wrong way. He's on the grass a bit now, which isn't ideal. And I think he can go backwards through the pit lane. I think he's being told to go backwards through the pit lane. And then everyone... Oh, where's he going? I think everyone else will come out from where they were sent. The other three, Hamilton, Norris and Piastri, will come back. Well, Hamilton and Norris will come out, and Piastri, I think, will do some donuts to celebrate his pole. That's Gasly, yeah, coming backwards through the pit lane. Back into the paddock, where Hamilton and Norris, and then eventually Piastri will go as well. And out comes now Oscar Piastri, and straight away going some donuts in. Oh, that's that. Oh, goodness me. Oh, hitting to the wall. And that is one of the worst attempts at a donut I've ever seen from a driver. He's still going to do them anyway. Right in front of the fans. I'll say in front of the fans, as the grandstand's like empty. I think people don't want to come out at 10 PM. But he's going to do it anyway. Hopefully the race will have a bit more spectators. Anyway. Oh, he spun there. Did he hit the wall again? Let's get a replay of that, hang on. Going backwards on the banking. Hasn't got a rear wing, which isn't really smart going flat out. And oh, just loses the car. And hits the wall. He's still doing some donuts to celebrate. Now he's doing some on the start finish straight. There are some fans there. They haven't all gone. Now the front wing's on as well. He's not having a very good attempt at these donuts. I think they tend to do burnouts more than donuts on that start finish straight, but oh well. Anyway, we're going to quickly have a look at this spin from Lando Norris on his qualifying lap for the top 5 shootout. Unfortunately, this is how it went. Very wide, very deep going through, and then just loses it onto power too quickly. Thankfully it's a full 360s, he's able to very quickly get back on track. Let's go on board Lando Norris. When we did see it, it was a drive. We were on driver's eye. We weren't on this type of onboard angle though. This is the normal TV onboard. And just, I don't know what he's doing. Outbrakes himself quite a bit, and then just gets in the power a bit too early. And then thankfully able to quickly get it back into a straight line. Anyway, let's get back looking at some of Piastri's donuts. And Piastri is now going to go finish off his donuts in front of the fans on this side of the tri-oval. Of course, there's no stands in any other part of the track, it's just the tri-oval. Now that's where Piastri will do all his donuts, celebrate getting pole position for the Daytona 305, and oh, he's hit the wall again. It's the worst attempt at donuts I've ever seen. Anyway, just to quickly recap your grid for tomorrow's Daytona 305. It's going to be Zhou Guanyu, Leclerc, De Vries, Drugovich, Sargent, Magnussen, Albon, Tsunoda, Bottas, Hulkenberg, Russell, Sainz, Stroll, Ocon, Verstappen, and your top 5. It was Lawson, Piastri, Hamilton, Norris, Gasly. It's now Lawson, Norris, Hamilton, Gasly, Piastri. So a change to your standings for qualifying. We're back tomorrow, 1 AM UK time, 8 PM local time for the Daytona 305. Make sure you're there for then, and we definitely will be for then. Goodbye.